Di ni eisiau diod.
Di ni eisiau diod.
Diod.
Thirsty a drink. You. Oh, ni.
Eisiau ni.
We. Ni means we, just like in. What do you call it? Esperanto. Di ni eisiau diod. We are thirsty. We want a drink.
Dydy Owen ddim yn mynd adre.
Dydy Owen ddim yn mynd adre. Owen is not going to home.
Adre.
Oh, and I need to go to Twitch. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Or you
Welcome.
I don't know who's
I'm
welcoming whom. I guess
good.
you were there first, yeah.
Dwi eisiau diod.
Thought I'd start with a bit of Welsh and then we can jump right in.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the Twitch is being slow and not loading.
The Twitch. Really? Is that not going?
It may be loading on your computer, but it's just being slow over here.
That's too bad. Let me get the drive open also. And we're doing that. From zitters. So.
Okay, there
Dwi
it goes.
eisiau diod.
Good.
Dwi eisiau diod.
I'm thirsty. I want drinking.
Dych chi eisiau bwyd? Ydw.
Bwyd looks like the word for eating. So I think it's going to be hungry. Do you want food?
Bwyd.
Oh, you know what else it looks like is beer.
Bwyd.
Don't you think? Are you hungry?
Oh, yes, this word, I agree. It does look like beer. I think we looked it up before.
Bwyd is one of the... Yeah, could be. Are you hungry? Yes. Should we look it up again? Maybe we looked up... Bwyta I've seen much more in this course. I just want to look up Bwyta. Bwyd.
Okay. Yeah, I remember thinking one of these looked like the Irish word for food and looking that up and that being true.
Platonic Bwyd. Proto-Celtic Betum. Let's look at Betum. From the live root, like bio. Gweithtum. The biform biatum is a different formation from the same root. Okay, the biatum, that might be ancestral to the Irish. Old Irish biad biad. Okay, now listed here, and there's one too. And let's dig this paradigm too while we're here. Let's read it in the Sanskrit order. This is neuter. Betum, beto. That's different from Sanskrit neuter. And beta. It would be ani, that was extended in Sanskrit. Vocative, same. Accusative, same. Let's do instrumental. Betu, tabhyam, bis. Betu, betobim, betobis. Fourth case. Ne, pyam, pyas. Betui, betobom, betobos. Then, ablative is not there, but genitive would be ngasi. Genitive would have, ngus rather. Ngusosam. Beti, so that's a replacement. Betos. Betom with a short vowel.
Dwi eisiau yfed lemonade.
How cool. Yfed is pipati, to drink. Dwi eisiau, I want to drink lemonade.
Dwyt ti ddim eisiau mefus.
T, looks like so we've got she, girl originally, and T from two. Dwyt ti ddim eisiau mefus. You don't want strawberries.
Rwyt ti eisiau siocled.
Rwyt ti. Is this a copula?
Rwyt.
You want. Rwyt ti eisiau chocolate. You want chocolate.
Wyt ti eisiau afal ac oren.
Ac?
Oren. Ac.
Yeah. Do you know the Latin word ac?
Ah,
Uh-huh.
I don't.
It's
What does it
short.
mean?
It means and.
Oh, here we see it. Okay.
Ac and.
Okay.
There was a Latin one, ac, which was an abbreviation of atque. And I think it's
Okay, I
and.
know que and I know
Yep.
et. Those are the two ands that I know.
Yeah. I think the ac word scanned with a long consonant. Do you know what I mean by scan in that sense?
To do with the like poetic meter.
Exactly, yeah. Treated as a heavy syllable, that's right. Wyt aval ac oren? Do you want? An apple and an orange. Things which must not be compared.
Dwyt ti ddim yn yfed lemonade?
Dwyt ti ddim yn yfed lemonade? You are not drinking.
I always thought that was a weird expression because apples and oranges, they're both fruit, etc. They seem like excellent things to compare.
I suppose so. It's like comparing apples and quarks.
Mae hi'n mynd
Yeah, or
adre.
like apples and the concept of justice. Those are things that it makes sense not to be able to compare.
Indeed. Those are like
But
apples.
apples and oranges,
It's like
it's like your
apples.
prototypical.
They're even genetically related. It's like apples and case marking. Mae hi'n
Yeah.
mynd adre. She's going home. I'm curious about this word adre. Oh, you know what? I bet I know a related one. She is going home. Any thoughts on this adre, which means homeward? Where it might come from?
Let's see, Awalia in Irish.
For home?
Uh,
Can you put it in the
homeward
chat?
is Awalia.
Can you spell that
Yes.
for us?
I don't think it's related.
Yeah, probably not.
Looks
But I'd like to
pretty
see it
different.
anyway, if you don't mind.
Mae Megan a Morgan yn mynd adre yfory.
Adre.
Awalia.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look, the ah might be the same thing, that initial particle. I suppose it would be. So there are many names in native to Cornwall that begin with TRE. Trevor is one, I think. I know a family named Trethaway, which is from the name David Trethaway. And this tre means farm, and so I think this adre mean to your home farm, to your homestead. Okay, colloquial form of adrev. And this might have a B Indo-European case marking. Ad back and tref, which is trev, treba, trev, which is like Dolph, Thorpe. To your settlement. There we go. And Cornish, it's not listed, but I think that's in the family there. And another nice paradigm with an ah stem, a feminine. Mae Megan a Morgan. Oh, okay, the ah I've seen a lot.
Megan.
So that must be the ac must be the long form, and this the short one. Megan a Morgan yn mynd adre. Ivari is tomorrow.
Yfory.
So Megan and Morgan are going home tomorrow. Megan and Morgan.
Dych chi eisiau diod? Ydw.
Remember diode?
I'm sorry?
Oh, never mind. Diode, word for thirsty.
Okay.
Diode, let's look that up too. Diode. Diatis. Oh, from the old word suck, as in female, has the same root. Diatis. It's diatis. Cognate with Old Irish jug, to drink.
Dwi eisiau bwyd.
I am hungry, I want to eat.
Rwyt ti eisiau cath?
Cath. You want a cat. Cath. Do you know the Irish word for city? Starts with, it looks kind of like this Latin.
Cath.
Yes, hang on.
Sure.
I mix it up with the
Wyt ti
word
eisiau
for
gweithio mewn
chair
siop?
and for the number 4.
Yeah, very similar.
Like,
Yeah.
kahal?
It looks,
No,
it's spelled,
kahal is here.
yeah, this is the one for city. I looked it up, and of course it gave the
Kahal.
English, I looked up on Wiktionary, and it gave the English one first. It's spelled just like cat hair.
Oh, I guess it is.
Which I didn't spot either until Wiktionary reminded me. Wyt ti eisiau gweithio mewn siop? Shop is, of course,
Shop.
an English word, and this is a fusion.
Mewn.
In a shop. Mewn. Wyt ti eisiau. Do you want to work in a shop? You do not want strawberries. So, dwyt
ti eisiau
ddim eisiau mefus.
mefus.
You want soup and bread.
This word,
Rwyt ti
mewn, is strawberries.
Mefus.
Mevis.
M-E-F-U.
That's nothing like
Su talu.
the words I know
Eisiau.
for strawberries.
Let's look it up.
I know Erdbeer in German, strawberry in English, and like frases in Spanish, or fresas, I mean.
Fresas, yeah.
I think it's
Oh.
like fraise or something in French,
Yep,
I believe.
I believe that's right. Vulgar Latin, so this mevis or mevis also, from Vulgar Latin, maiusa, mayberry. Yeah. And it has a cognate in Occitan, which is a French dialect. Occitan. Rutiaceae, soup is... Anyway, bread is para. Soup is caul, I guess.
Cawl.
Para.
Bara.
Para. Nice. So, welcome back to Lango Institute. I'm your Verb Ally, joined by Levi today. What's up, Levi?
When we were just looking up that word that's also in Cornish, that tre or whatever,
Yeah.
I saw a it said the Thorpe, or you mentioned it, Thorpe was
That's right.
cognate to Dorf.
Yes.
And I was reminded of this thing I saw once, which I'm placing in the chat. It's a map of Germany where they have gone in and like anglicized all of the place names.
Ah, how fun. Let me put it up for everybody.
Replace it with like what it would be.
Theachland. Fantastic. Greening. Thistlethorpe. Colne. Koblenz. So I used to live in Studyard. Yeah, that's right. Studyard. Riedling. Exbury Minchen. Love this. This is great. Freibury. Portum. Oh, Pforzheim, yeah. Charles Row. Sarbridge. Norbury. Is that Nun? Yeah, it must be Nürnberg. Dresden. Liptisch. Liptisch. This is fantastic. New Elm. Oh, that's great. Frankfurt. Hatton for Hessen. Nethersex. That's right. Do you know the English place names with the Saxon tribal name?
Mm-hmm.
Essex,
Sussex,
Wessex, and Sussex. Yeah, and here's Nethersex. For Mitchelbury, for Palmer. What do they have for? Oh, it's not on the map. Danzig, Denmark, Netherland, Appledore. That's fantastic. I would like much more of that. I wonder who did that. Okay, let's turn to the Rosetta Stone. So, what have you been working on? Did you put it down below? What you're doing today?
No. No, I just have a Google Doc, so I have the letters on there if you need me to paste them or put them.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking let's put it all together. I'll add a new tab for the Egyptian text. Or can you share what you've got? What were you planning? How were you planning to?
I was I don't know how exactly I was planning to share. I just wanted to have the glyphs next to me.
Good.
In case. Though I will note there is some issue with displaying here in the Google ecosystem.
Yeah.
They do not seem to stack, right? They just occur one after the other.
That makes sense, yeah. Well, it's still miles beyond what we had years ago. So, maybe if I could file, open. No, not so much. Would you care to share?
Okay. Yes. Just your Lingo Institute
Yeah,
email?
please. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So, type.
So, what was the question you had about the text?
Oh, yes. Let me get this
Okay.
up,
Tell you what. So we don't have
shared with you,
too
and then.
much. I'm going to do a bit more Welsh while we're.
Sut ydych chi, Sioned?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, this computer's being slow for a
Okay.
minute.
Or you Shunet. I don't know what that is. John or something? Do you recognize this name, Shunet?
Sure.
Oh, you're doing your thing. Never mind.
Hwyl,
I don't.
Mr.
It
Lingo.
would be if it's John, then John's just Sean in Irish.
Indeed. Could be a diminutive. Shunet dwi.
Dych chi eisiau gweld y car newydd?
Gweld. Do you want to
Gweld.
see a car newydd? Do you want to see the new car? Do you want to new car? Am I too?
It's officially shared with you.
Okay, great. Am I too dark? What do you think? Maybe that's better. A little warmer. Yeah, I kind of like that.
I'll have to see. Oh yes, you've changed the color temperature to a little warmer.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a little bit more inviting. Yeah. All right. Do you want to?
Are you familiar with color
Dydy hi
temperature?
ddim
I
eisiau
laughed when
coffi.
I said it.
I'm not. I thought you were joking.
Oh.
Dydy hi ddim eisiau coffee. She is not a wanting.
Sut ydych chi, Eleri Lingo?
Ele. How are you? Eleri Lingo.
Eleri. Dydym Mr. Lingo ddim eisiau gweld Gareth yfory.
Listen to. Oh, are you able to hear Duolingo
Yes,
reading?
I can hear.
Okay. The Duolingo, I mean, not me.
Ddim. Dydym Mr. Lingo ddim eisiau gweld Gareth yfory. Dydym Mr. Lingo ddim eisiau gweld Gareth yfory.
I guess not.
Okay.
I do apologize.
Why?
For not being able to hear.
Oh, I don't see how it's your fault. Mr. Lingo ddim eisiau gweld Gareth. So it's Mr. Lingo does not want to see Gareth tomorrow. What's interesting to me there is that word Mr. is pronounced with a long E in the second syllable. Mr.
Mae hi eisiau reis.
But it's still spelled just M-R like in English.
That's right. Mae hi eisiau reis. She wants.
Mae Owen eisiau gweld Megan.
Mae Owen eisiau
Eisiau gweld Megan.
Megan.
Dim diolch, Gareth. Dwi ddim eisiau diod.
That's the drinking one. No thanks, Gareth. I'm not thirsty. No thanks, Gareth. It's interesting that they're spelling it with TH. I've seen this Gareth name with a double D also. I think I'm not thirsty.
Dydy Megan ddim eisiau mefus.
Mevis. Dydy Megan ddim eisiau mefus. Megan does not want strawberries.
Mae mistyrlingo eisiau gweld y car newydd.
Gweld y car newydd. Mae Mr. Lingo eisiau gweld y car newydd. Mr. Lingo wants to see the new car.
Mae Eleri Lingo'n yfed lemonid.
Eleri Lingo yn yfed lemonade. Eleri Lingo is in the drinking of lemonade.
Wyt ti wedi gweld Gareth heddiw, Sioned?
Wyt ti wedi gweld Gareth heddiw, Sioned? Have you seen? So this wedi for, I think, like a perfective. Have you seen Gareth heddiw today? Sioned.
Mae hi eisiau mynd adre.
Oh, it could be Janet, I suppose. Mae hi eisiau mynd adre. Eisiau. She wants to go home. That's it. No time is given. Thank you. Diolch.
Diolch. Eleri Lingo.
She wants a chocolate. Mae
Mae hi eisiau
chocolate.
siocled.
All right. Let us try to find it. What is the doc called? Oh, it's got hieroglyphics in the title. I saw it there.
Oh yeah, it just defaults to naming stuff whatever the first line is.
Alrighty. So I'm going to try to do the same thing, and yeah, let me get the spreadsheet ready. You know what? I'm just going to copy this one. Duplicate. I'll just pull out this. Do I want to do that? Maybe not. I'll just empty it. We're going to have Egyptian. And then we're going to have transliteration. A gloss at least, and some notes, I think. So, limited desktop space here. I'm just gonna.
Okay, now I kept
Uh-huh.
I kept the square brackets that were in your book, so those are present in this.
Oh, look at that. Looks like a correction. Nabira Steely has here year 23, month Carpias day 24. Interesting. So I'm just going to look over the translation here. The 9th year, the 4th day of the month of Xandikos, which is the equivalent of the 18th day of the 2nd month of the season Pert, season of going forth, according to the inhabitants of Tamert, land of the inundation, under the majesty of Horus Ra, the youth, who hath ascended as king upon the throne of his father, lord of the crown of the south and of the crown of the north, mighty one of strength or valor, establisher of the two lands, who is the benefactor of Tamert. So yeah, very similar to the text of yesterday. And let's break it into words. So the first one ends with that numeral 9. So tell us a little bit about how you produced your transcription, please.
Yes. So I pulled up the image from your book and looked at it carefully. This took a little longer than I would hope.
Yeah.
What I wanted to be able to do would be for at least a uniliteral sign to be able to just type it and get that letter. But instead, I had to go to that Swiss list, as you call it, which contains the entire Gardner list of all of the symbols in one screen. and I would just look through it until
Uh-huh.
I found what I needed.
Right.
Then I would mouse over that, and I would say, "Oh, this is R21." Then I would go over to the Lexilogos thing that
Mhm.
takes a Gardner code as
Yeah.
input, type in the Gardner code, highlight that character, and bring it in
Excellent. Well,
to
yeah,
this Google
I
Doc.
could see how that would take a while, but one of my aims with us doing this is to sort of get fluent with these resources that we have. So we learn to do it faster and faster. And I don't want to go over the whole text that you produced. Do it? Oh, that's 2 pages worth? Is this broken into pages?
No, it's just one page, and I put it
Okay.
in this large font size so that it is legible.
Let's see.
Oh, and I couldn't get a cartouche shape. There
Uh-huh.
is one, but it's unable to
Yeah.
contain things. So I just did this notation with these parentheses and this underline to emulate the cartouche shape.
The parentheses, not the square bracket. Oh, those. I see it.
Scroll
Very
down.
last
Yep.
part. Yeah, very good. Oh, so this is no, this is page 124, right? Did you have the page number on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
thought,
have the page numbers, but this is what's on the top is the left-hand page, and what's
that's
on the
right.
bottom is the right-hand
Yeah,
page.
I think if you look at the
So,
right-hand page, I think you can see the page number at the top. Should be
okay,
120. Should be 125, but that's. Let me actually. Should we include that here? Should we say page 124? Can always take it out later.
if you wish, we can.
So this first part is renept with a maybe female suffix, and then it's 9, and that means year 9. So I'm putting this in the spreadsheet now.
Okay. And I did look up how the Egyptian months work
Oh, good.
and
What can you
seasons.
what can you
So
tell us about that?
there is three different seasons: Achet, uh, Peret, and that's the one you were
Yeah,
calling Pert,
yeah.
but they recommend sticking the vowels in. So Peret,
Okay.
Achet, and then what was the last one? It was Showa something.
Uh-huh.
And what those refer to, those are the three seasons. And one of them is like, oh, the Nile floods at this time. Shemu is the last one. So there's three: Achet, Peret, and Shemu, and those refer to when the Nile is flooding, when the water has receded and plants are growing, and then the dry period. And these are each 120 days long,
Mm,
and they're broken up into individual months.
okay.
And each of them contains 4 months.
Yeah.
And those of you savvy mathematicians are like, that leaves 5 days unaccounted for. Well, those 5 days do not belong to any month.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. They just had extrametrical 5 days at the end of the year, or
mhm.
spread throughout the year. Okay. Why not?
I think they were all together. I don't
Yeah.
think they were spread throughout.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let's look at this very first word. I recognize the T character. Does that mean that the first sort of shepherd's crook looking glyph is a triliteral sign?
Probably. I did include all of them in this document. I did not memorize them
Right.
as well as I probably should have. Let's see. So yes, this first shepherd's crook looking character is numbered M4, and it is. What is our word that this is?
Year.
Year. Renpet.
Renepet or something. Oh, that's nice. So, in the list of signs in the set M.
Yes, this is a triliteral. Run-pa.
Okay, excellent. So, where do you find that? Where are you looking?
I'm in the Swiss list, and I just clicked on it, and it
Okay.
says branche de pommier
Okay.
dépouillé de ses
Feuille.
feuilles,
Feuille.
feuilles et on. No, the T never goes on this one. Et entaillé pour servir de décompte. Is that right?
Roughly. The P in that last word is always silent.
Décompte.
Yep. I'm not sure what that means. So let's get a quick Google Translate of that. There's a couple words I'm not familiar with. Palm
Branch of the
branch.
palm something.
Yep. Stripped of its leaves and notched. Entaillé. Huh. To serve as a count. Countdown. As a counting tool, I suppose. The root is compute, which is also the source of our word count. Did you know that those words are connected? Count and compute? They're doublets.
I'm not surprised, but I guess I never technically thought about it before.
So, well, it's nice that it gives you all that information. I forgot that it did that. Renepi. Okay, it gives us different derivatives of it, I guess. It's a determiner in this one for être jeune, to be young, vigorous. Or it's phonetic in the word for year. There it is, the second entry on this page. Comme symbole idéographique. So, spelled out with the sign itself as an ideographic symbol. Année de règne, regnal year, is also one of the derivatives. And last year, senef, which has it twice. Peut-être idiophonie, idiographique, I don't know, du temps, sinon déterminant phonétique également dans ter, saison. Oui, il apparaît généralement sous la forme M5 or M6. Okay, sometimes also a substitute for M5, 6, 7. Oh, I wonder if being young and vigorous, if that word is related to the word year. It's kind of an unexpected association. So try literal. It's interesting that they don't need to double the P here. Just the T is added. And remind us again what
I
the...
don't know for a fact, but it may be up to the choice of the scribe
Yeah,
which things are doubled.
seems reasonable. Okay, pretty satisfied with that. Let's go to the next word, xandikos, which starts with a Q, ends with that second Z. Dikos. Oh, does the T sign belong with this word or with the next one?
Oh,
The loaf of
let me
bread.
look at the picture.
Hard to tell.
I can put a space there if it needs it. Let me look at the book. I guess it's not substantially more clear in the book. I think there
Yeah,
should be
right.
a space though.
On which
No,
side?
no, no.
Added?
The T I think is the new word. It's not part of it because it's xandikos.
But then the next word doesn't
Huh? There's
be
no
in.
T in there.
What I'm noticing too.
Don't know.
Hard to tell. But I'm going to include it in both, maybe, for now. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I'm going to stick it here in this one. And I'm going to note unsure about the T. And so, the transliteration. What's the T with the dot below? Is that an emphatic T?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Where are you seeing that?
In this month name, Xandikos.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, this.
Oh no, that's the D, the hand. That's what this
That's
is.
right.
The
Yeah, yeah.
jet
Okay,
final
okay.
D.
This transliteration's a little out of date. Let's update it. So it's got a K subdot S and D another subdot K, and then
But we want
but the
this
S
to
is a
be
Z.
Q, remember? Yes, that's right.
Are we
And
using
our
Z?
triangle thing is a Q. I like to for the door bolt because one, you suspect it goes into Zayin, and two, it will distinguish it from the other, the folded towel S.
Don't want to get too out there though.
And Z is a proposed value for that sound. They're a little unsure, but they think it might be Z.
So I'm gonna keep the subdot K for now. I can remember easily that it's really a uvular.
Okay.
And go. Uh-oh. My paste isn't working. That's unfortunate. There it goes. Xandikos, and that's the month Xandikos. Huh. Okay, so it's k, z, n, d, k, z, all phonetic. Maybe the. Okay, what's the Gardner number for the T sign?
X1.
Excellent. Let me go to list. X being, oh, for bread and cakes. Okay, so the word gâteau, ultimately I want to memorize the groups at least to start with. Maybe not every single glyph in here. But a good mnemonic for this bread and cakes is that the word gâteau, the plural, ends in an X. So it's pain, okay, ideographic or semi-phonetic T in certain words, from which phonetic T. I wonder what PYR means. Xandikos. Let's go to the next word. Sesu 4. Day 4.
The 4 is just 4.
Yep.
And as you can see, they did not stack nicely at all.
Sesu. Sesu is the sun, right?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. And that means day 4.
Just like in Chinese, the
Yep.
sun or the day.
Exactly. Now, where does that fall in the Gardner list? There's one for celestial objects. Did you?
In Ciel.
Excellent. So, how can we associate ciel? Hell, last letter of heaven is N. Maybe that'll do. And it's
Okay, in
number
5.
5. Yep. N es cinco. Also, that Chinese word sun was a nyit in Middle Chinese, which starts with N. There's 2 to help me recall that. And I'm going to click on that, and it gives me soleil. Dans les dates, soleil, sous. So here he's saying it's just sous or seu or something for sun. Let's see, can we find this sesu? Oh. Afficher les occurrences. There we go. La veille, passer toute la journée. Dans les dates, soleil, sewa. And he's got a note on it. She Gardner 203. Okay, let's go to the next word. We've got enti, which maketh month of the dwellers in Tamer. This enti is which. And it's got N, the N sign, and the loaf of bread, T, and then the simplified double read for E, NT. NT. Interesting that they pre-vocalize it.
Oh, you would expect neti,
Neti, exactly.
perhaps?
Yeah, reading it naively, I would think that. So I wonder what, maybe from Coptic they get this or something. Inti, which maketh month of the dwellers in Tamer, month 2 of the season Peret, you said. Then we get a verb makes, which is spelled with just an I. And he transliterates, Budge does, with an A with a dot on top. What is that? So how did you find that I? Oh, did you get just all of these from the Gardner
Yeah,
Loop?
I just looked and
Wow.
found the I.
Okay.
And it looks like that I. D4.
D,
It is
delta?
delta, yes.
Okay. D.
Oh, it's pronounced yep. IRT is there.
Irt. Okay. For
Yeah,
the I.
phonetic. So it stands for the IR sound.
And then the second entry, faire, that's to do or to make. So this is the entry we want here, I think. Iri. Oh, if I click on this, where does that take me? Look at this. This is what we want here. Compagnon, camarade, créer, faire, agir. So, verb, 3AE infinitive. I wonder what that means, 3AE. Irt.
Where do you see that?
Lazuli.
Oh, wait.
That I suspect it's grammatical
Oh,
abbreviation because
okay.
it's surrounded by other ones. Third person, active, something.
Hmm. I don't know. It's not click-onable, so we can't deduce it.
Something to
Actually,
ponder. So, elsewhere, the verb is iri, and Budge has ar, makes. So the I makes. Alright, the next word is the one for month, abd, ABD or something. Month.
oh, and I found that month word I think is spelled like that.
The sun.
This first thing that looks you described it as looking kind of like an eye.
Yeah.
It's different than the eye shape. I
Uh-huh.
think it's a like a sun and a moon or
Yep,
something.
yep. I'm inclined to agree. Is it in the celestial group N?
Probably.
Let's see.
Yep, looks like it.
And
N12.
yep, there we go. Looks kind of moony.
Hmm.
Don't lune. Yep. Yeah. It's quite different from the word here. Yeah. Abd. Abd. Hmm. What's this? Star is probably not phonetic either. But
The star is N14.
excellent.
And any of these could potentially be wrong, just for the record.
Yes, that is true. I don't expect total expertise at the beginning. So let's err together here. Portmanteau. Together.
It just looks like a misspelling of together.
Suppose it does. It's interesting that okay, on the star one, how's it read? Saba. Seba, Seba. Mesech Tewa. Ursa Major. Sothis. Abit. Abit. Month of the dwellers which maketh month of the dwellers. What's the meaning here again? It is The 9th year, the 4th day of the month of Xandikos, which is the equivalent of the 18th day of the 2nd month of the season Peret, according to the inhabitants of Tamert, under the majesty of Horus Ra. Oh, that's coming up, under the majesty. Alright, let's go to the next word. N. Amiu Tamert, of the dwellers in Tamert. So another N. Once we get to Tameret, let's take a break and do some Duolingo.
Okay.
N is the next word. Of the dwellers in Tamer, which is Egypt.
And I do have some questions about, well, they're on page 125, but I guess we'll get there when we get there, huh?
Yeah, it might not be today. But if you want to go ahead and question your question, I can start thinking about it. Ask your question,
Okay. So on page 125, it says, Mighty One of Strength, establisher of the two lands, i.e. Egypt, Smen Taui.
Yeah,
So I could not find the first glyph of this Taui where I had the question mark.
I see. Oh, you have a question mark in your text? That's good. Yeah, there.
Yes.
Okay.
So I couldn't find that glyph.
I see. Could be a combination of two. Taui. Well, I guess when we get there, let's look for it more. Shouldn't be too.
Okay, and my other question is a little further down when it says Utahi en Hamemu.
What line of the text?
Uh,
Oh, okay, I see it. Anf and
yep.
Hamemu Nebcheb. Yeah.
On this Hamemu word, okay, well, first of all, this should be like that. This first glyph, I couldn't find what it's supposed to be. It looks like the sun on top of this hanging down thing.
It does indeed, yeah.
Inside the bracket.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe it could also be this thing outside of the brackets. But they wouldn't join in this, so I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, I see it. Gotcha. Certainly far from having an answer to that. So N, then we've got Amiu of the dwellers. And that has this sort of cross-shaped one first. Do you remember what that is? And it's got a plural
That
sense.
is. Are you looking for its number? What information do you want about it?
Right. Yeah. Do you know
Z11, if it helps.
C11, yes. Oh.
Z as in Zeta.
Gotcha.
Zain.
Yeah. Okay.
Zulu, I think, is the.
That sounds right. Also. Z. What is this? 11. Yep. All right. Geometric figures.
Yeah. Deux planches entrecroisées et jointées.
Jointe.
Jointe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Entrecroisées, crossing each other. And joined. So here in the word dweller or something. Emi. Oh, okay. The cross and the bird. Do you know which bird this is?
I put an owl, but I'm not sure that that's right. I think so, because it's doubling the M.
Sujet.
Then it's looking towards us.
Amiu. You say doubling the M?
Yes, this cross is im,
Oh yeah, there it is.
and then the owl is doubling that.
Gotcha. Imi ki. Okay, this is his first entry. Who is in? So dwellers. I get it. Qui est dans?
Okay.
Right. The gloss here for the first entry.
Mhm. And then we have the little spiral, which is the
Ooze.
oo,
The quail chick.
and then we've marked the plural. Yep.
Yeah. The dwellers. Okay, cool. And then the word tamert has this. What's phonetic? I see a T sign.
The first thing is the little horizontal thing with the 3 dots below means land.
Okay. Egypt. Tameret. This word. Oh, it's hard to see the dots there. How about that X inside a circle that shape? Do you know anything about that?
It is 049,
Interesting. Okay.
which is it's building and parts of building.
049.
Couldn't tell you which part though.
Carrefour. I don't know what a carrefour is, so let's translate this. Should we do some French next on Duo? Oh, I don't want that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Carrefour. Crossroads. Oh, look at that. What's the source of this? Car looks like a word. Looks like it's from the numeral 4. Quadfourc. It's 4 forks. Oh, cool. Just pronounce. So the k of fork has dropped. Carrefour. Quadrifurcus. What a nice. Here's the Latin word for the crossroads. Fourfold fork. Well, I think this is an auspicious beginning for our Rosetta Stone transliteration. Thanks for all your hard work today.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's a good way to start. Was there a reason for this? Is there a space? What's the sort of the one with all the right angles after that country glyph in the word Tameret?
Oh,
Is that a mer phonetic? And where in the list?
I don't know what that is.
This list. But you were
I'm
able to find
guessing
it.
it's in the buildings, but I don't know. Yes, it is 05.
Excellent. There it is. Okay. Mur et chicane, rue sinueuse. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it must
Wave,
mean
a
mur.
wavy path. Chicane, what's that? Gives me the English word chicane. Very same thing. An artificial narrowing or turn on a road or auto racing course. Huh. Employ trickery or chicanery. Card games, a hand without cards of one particular suit, avoid.
Wait, it means trickery?
The French word, not this Egyptian word.
Okay. Oh, the French word chicane or
Chicane.
chicane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Rue sinueuse, parfois aussi. Oh, cannot be reversed. O5I is an alternate there for this. Meret. Ma. T. Du. Phonetic terminal phonetic. Mr. And there is. So if we look up, oh no, it just gives us this Swiss resource here. I wonder if can we look up whole words of Egyptian?
I wouldn't know how.
There's a search window.
Maybe if you put it in the search bar at the top, yeah.
Yeah. Doing so now. Might be an extra space in there. Get rid of that. Il n'y a aucun résultat. There's no result. Well, it's still kind of head scratching. Might take a minute. In the meantime, let's do some French.
Oh, I think the person who made this is Pierre Besson.
Thanks, Pierre. Let's give his name somewhere on the page here. There you go. Hiero Pierre Besson. There, I see. Yeah. It's kind of nice. Hiéroglyphe égyptien. Élément de grammaire. That's helpful. Signes de l'écriture. Tous les signes. Hiératique. Classification. Sélection. Groupés par forme. Unilitaire, bilitaire, trilitaire. Déterminatif générique. A whole bunch of good stuff. Oh, look at this. Got this nice ordered list. Cliquez sur les signes pour accéder aux explications. Alors, wach, necher, necher. Oh, and he's how cool. So, do you see what I see? The his triliteral list in this window.
Oh yeah.
Looks like he spells the things out with their what's the word? Uniliteral signs.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
That's how I think of it in my head. Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
And their uniliterals do a good job of telling us what the phonology is, as that one very thorough website noted.
Yeah. What a blessing this resource is. That's great.
I think there is a lot more triliterals than this list gives credit for.
Could be. Yeah, it seems likely, given the logical possibilities of 3 phonemes. Still, every little bit helps. Okay, let's do some français. There it is. Now, those stories, not available yet. I guess you have to... Oh, wait, no. Crown Gate. You need 15 crowns to unlock your next set.
How many crowns do you have?
Surprise!
Good question.
Antoine est au restaurant avec sa mère.
Antoine est au restaurant avec sa mère. Do you know avec?
With.
Good. Can you translate the sentence just from here? Okay. Oh, it
You have 10
should be showing up.
crowns in French.
Say what?
You have 10 crowns in French. So you will need to get 5 more crowns in order
Sounds
to unlock
good.
stories.
So, do you see the sentence? Can you translate for us?
So please, Antoine est
Au
au
restaurant.
restaurant avec sa mère.
Right. Think.
Antoine is at the restaurant with his mother.
That is it. And think Celtically in terms of phrases. The être verb is conjoined with what follows in the same phrase, so we'll hear the T. It links.
Une table pour 3 personnes, s'il vous plaît.
Une table pour 3 personnes, s'il vous plaît.
I know s'il vous plaît is please.
Une table.
One table.
Pour 3 personnes.
For 2 persons.
Pas 2, 3.
3 persons. 3 persons.
Yes.
3, toi, moi et...
3, toi, moi et... Ellipsis.
So Antoine and the mom, why do we need 3 people?
That is
Une
the
amie.
Another person.
Une amie. What's that? Une amie.
A friend.
What gender?
Let's see. Trick question. I would have to see it to know.
No, you don't.
Ami.
You don't need to see it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you will, but you wouldn't need. You can hear the difference. Not an ami, but une amie.
Oh, feminine, and it's not in the noun that tells us. It's in the article.
Phonetically, yeah. The noun is spelled differently, but you can't hear it. Who else is coming for dinner? A friend of Antoine's mother.
Maman,
Maman, je...
J'ai une surprise pour toi.
J'ai une surprise pour toi. What's that one mean? J'ai une surprise.
Yeah, I can definitely understand French better by reading. So can you say it slowly?
Sure. J'ai une surprise pour toi.
I have a surprise for you.
Good.
j'ai aussi une surprise pour toi.
J'ai aussi une surprise pour toi. J'ai aussi une surprise pour toi.
J'ai aussi. What is aussi?
Aussi, also.
Oh.
You know what? Let's look.
Oh, I also have a surprise for you.
Yep. Let's see where this comes from. Aussi. Aliud sick and another, or seek. Aliud seek. Another thing thus. That's cool. Aussi. So an intermediate stage may have been something like sick.
Oh, this reminds me. When I was in high school, there was a group of students who worked with an English teacher, and they produced like the campus newspaper or something. And they had T-shirts that said, "Grammar mistakes make me sick," and it was in the SIC in the little square bracket.
Yeah, that's cute. Here's how I put it together a few years ago. Ever see something so full of mistakes it made you sick? J'ai aussi. Alright, we got that.
Mon amie est étudiante en médecine.
I thought it was square brackets.
Yeah, it'd be square brackets too. Mon amie est étudiante en médecine.
Mon amie est étudiante en médecine.
Something about medicine.
Mon amie est étudiante en médecine.
Elle est très intelligente.
Mon amie.
My friend studies.
Is a student.
Studies something. Okay.
Is a student in medicine.
Okay.
Elle est très intelligente.
She is very intelligent.
Good.
Elle s'appelle Sonia.
Elle s'appelle
Well,
Sonia.
très for very from the Esperanto word.
It's actually from trans. It comes from compounds. Surpassing.
Really?
Yeah. Surpassing intelligent. Elle s'appelle Sonia.
Maman,
Elle s'appelle Sonia.
Elle est parfaite pour toi.
Sonia. She calls herself Sonia. Or
Maman.
his name.
Yep. Elle est
The heist. Sonia.
Exactly, that's it. Elle est parfaite pour toi.
Elle est parfaite. She is perfect for you.
Good. Antoine's mother.
Did we note before?
Did we what?
This appel verb, and in Spanish you use llamar, and they both have a double L, even though they're unrelated.
They are unrelated, yeah. Appeal and claim are English cognates of those two.
Une femme arrive au restaurant.
Une femme arrive au restaurant. Une femme arrive Au
A
restaurant.
woman arrives at the restaurant.
Good.
Salut, mon chéri.
Salut, mon chéri. Salut, mon chéri.
Hello. Oh, I don't know how you say it in English. Mon chéri. It's like a term of endearment.
My dear.
Mon chéri?
Okay, my dear.
Mon chéri. Why is Antoine's mom surprised? You didn't know Antoine was in a relationship.
Salut Carla. Maman?
Salut, Carla. Yeah, pretty simple.
Tu es la mère d'Antoine?
Tu es, why would it be tu? Tu es la mère d'Antoine. Tu es la mère d'Antoine.
Antoine. Of Antoine.
Uh-huh, good. Tu es la mère.
And what? Tu la mère. Something the mother.
Tu es.
You are. Tu es.
That's it.
Antoine?
Je suis Carla, la femme.
You are the mother of Antoine.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Je suis Carla, la femme
d'Antoine.
d'Antoine. Je suis Carla, la femme d'Antoine.
I am Carla. La femme what?
D'Antoine.
Antoine. The woman of Antoine.
The wife.
The wife. Okay.
If it's possessed, it means wife. Yeah. If it's not possessed, it means woman. For husband and man,
a lot of them do that.
It's not unfamiliar, but it's different for husband and man. L'homme versus mari. For the husband, for the married one.
Sa femme?
Sa femme. Ta gueule.
Surprise!
Surprise. Okay. All right. Let me know when you see the pairs to select, to a couple of the English French to match up, and help me do that, please. Actually, I'll get started. There's a really easy one. Intelligente. What else can we match?
Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't quite see that. A surprise.
It's coming.
What was Anton's surprise?
That he was married.
Back to the pairs.
Yeah.
I have.
Good.
Intelligent.
Yeah, that
goes with intelligente.
That is correct.
Possibly the first one is not intelligent, it's the English intelligent.
Indeed.
Did you get I have?
Yep. It takes about between 5 and 10 seconds, I think. What else do you recognize? Or can you?
Okay. Ami is friend.
Good. Got it.
C you said is also.
That is.
Elle s'appelle. Her name is.
Good, but the initial S is always voiceless. S'appelle.
Elle s'appelle.
That's right. And we got a story, and okay, there's my crowns. Level up my. Okay, I need to level up my skills, it seems. Get those crowns. Let's do it.
You just did a story. I
Yeah.
thought you couldn't do a story unless.
No, that's to proceed to the next group of stories. There's a checkpoint.
I see.
Yeah. But let's get some more crowns.
Do you like the story?
It's nice. It's really good for what it is. I've heard it already a couple times in various languages. I think I did it in Spanish and Italian too. So even though it's called surprise, there's few surprises for me.
La table.
La table is pretty
J'aime
easy.
les restaurants français.
All right, here's a nice sentence. J'aime les restaurants français. You do it from here. J'aime. Yeah.
I love the restaurant Le Français in French. No.
Non, les restaurants français.
The French restaurant.
Exactly. Here's a case where French will have the definite article, but English will not.
La table. Okay, here's the sentence.
Les restaurants.
J'aime le restaurant
Les
français.
restaurants.
Pour Paul.
Oh, because it's plural, right? So then we would not. I love French restaurants.
Yeah, I
We would
mean,
say.
it's conceivable. It's not ungrammatical to say I love the French restaurants, but for us, it would need to be ones whose identity was known to somebody.
Pour moi,
All right, these really short ones. I'll just go ahead and take care of. They're not too interesting. But
Or you could say, like, what do you think of that town? Oh, that town is great. I love the French restaurants.
exactly, where it was
That would make sense.
a specific set. Now, have we talked? If we have, it's been a while. What do you think about the difference in terms of the history of the words? Putting them in the chat between moi and me, toi and te. They have roughly the same meanings, but what would those go back? What would be the etymons? Etyma.
Oh, I was just about to say I do know the difference between them, but
Okay. Well, what is the difference in their usage, their function?
où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
If it's like stressed or something, or emphatic or something like that, then you use the ones with the wa in there. So like,
Yep.
say moi, it is me.
Exactly.
The
other ones,
and you wouldn't use me or te in that case.
The ones me and te can never be phrase final. So what sort of word class could we call those? Maybe a not too clear a question. What I'm going for is me and te. Go ahead.
They're pronouns, obviously.
Well, they are all pronouns. That's not. But me and te, like I said, never phrase final. What might that mean? In fact, they're all.
They are never phrase final. So they're incapable of receiving stress.
They are proclitics.
Okay.
So, for the source of them, let's think of some other ones with some other French words.
Proclitic. These are the ones in like the reflexives, right? Je m'appelle.
That too, but that's not what distinguishes them. They're just object forms.
Okay.
Free verbal objects. Now, what are some other short French words with wa, where we can trace the origin of them? For instance, king and law. What are those words?
Roi and loi.
What does roi come from?
It would have been rex.
Not quite. It'd be from the accusative.
Regem.
Good. And loi, similarly.
Legem.
Exactly. So, what can we maybe hypothesize about where the wa diphthong comes from? There's also vois, je vois, see. Is it veo in Spanish? I see.
Veo, yeah.
So the wa comes from a long e vowel.
Okay.
And the schwa comes from a short e vowel of Latin. So
it would have
wa
been
and
versus me.
Exactly. Te, te. Just unstressed forms of essentially the same word. Où sont les toilettes? Next sentence should be on screen now. Où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît?
Où sont... Where is the toilets, please?
It's not is, though.
Where are, yeah.
Exactly. This e and sunt, yeah.
Is sunt.
Asti santi. This is a nice old Indo-European verb.
Une table pour une personne.
Une table pour une personne. Une table pour une personne.
Table for one person.
Yep. Oui, madame.
Une table pour deux personnes.
Une table pour deux personnes.
Madame, a table for two persons.
Good.
Or, I guess two
une
people,
personne.
you would say. What's
Indeed.
the difference between persons and people?
Well, there's a Bureau of Missing Persons, but not a Bureau of Missing People. I think persons is sort of restricted to like legal usage.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get. But...
Alright, what's the word here with blank sont les toilettes? It'll show up in about 5 seconds.
Une personne, one person.
Bien. Now, sont les toilettes. We've got elle, je, ou, ici.
Oh, okay. Elle, je, ici. Elle means she. Oh,
She?
no. Oh, what goes in the blank?
Yeah, it goes in the blank.
Okay.
Oh, blanc.
Ooh.
That's it. Good guess.
Ooh makes the most sense. Too.
For me. How will we say that?
What?
For me is the phrase we're asked to translate.
Pour moi.
Good. It could never be pour me. But if it was in
Yeah,
something
that
like,
sounds weird.
right? Even though, yeah, exactly. Good intuition. If it was something meaning in order to see me, there we would also use pour. We could say pour me voir or something. So you can get the word me after pour, but just not phrase finally.
I feel like, though, this is not like pour moi.
Uh-huh.
Moi is the object of pour.
It is.
In this, it's like pour, and then its object is me voir, like
Yeah.
pour in order to see me.
That's right. Maybe the complement rather than the object of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. The
Compliment. That's the fancy linguistic word.
Français. I mean, pour being a preposition does take objects sometimes, but here not so much an object. Let's see. Let's continue with the Rosetta Stone a little bit, I guess. Oh, but before we do, can you give me in Devanagari in the chat our soup endings?
Okay, let me get my Devanagari
In fact,
keyboard out.
I will, I continue, I think, with Welsh a little bit while we're reviewing those. And then let's also talk about the Agni paradigm a little more. Continue forward.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
I
look at
didn't
this.
see that one before.
I've got 17. Oh, that's Welsh, 17 crowns. I thought I'd suddenly gotten 7 in French. How many have I got?
Oh, Welsh doesn't have stories. They only have a few Romance languages and
Yeah.
German with that.
Yeah.
Which is too bad.
'Tis, but maybe someday.
Maybe someday. Oh, it really helps having the paradigm written in your brain.
That's the idea. In fact, beyond just paradigm, like if you look at European grammars of Sanskrit, it's pages upon pages of paradigms. But the Indian style is to memorize a single or just a handful of basic paradigms and then thousands of rules to derive the actual word forms.
Green.
So that is simpler.
In some ways. I mean, it's a more holistic approach, I suppose.
Wedyn, dwi'n mynd adre.
Wedyn, is that a name?
Wedyn.
Oh, then. Dwi'n mynd adre. Then I go home. Wedyn.
How do you type the 21? I don't have an S object key on my keyboard.
Mae Morgan eisiau sydd afal.
Mae Morgan eisiau sydd afal. Oh, sydd is juice, which reminds us of Irish sue.
Sydd.
Sydd afal. Morgan wants apple juice.
Mae Megan yn yfed sydd afal.
Gan yn yfed sydd afal. Afal.
Y treffail mefus.
Okay, when I want get, I type NG and it gives me an N and then a G.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I just have to click the consonant symbol below the converter.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Maybe if you try a capital G real quick on that. Does that give it to you?
Oh, sure enough.
It does? Cool. Nice. Trefl mefus. Trefl.
Treifl.
Trefl. A trifle.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just go line by line. Can you give me su oh just enter?
Let me finish the line that I'm on, and then I'll do that.
Okay. There, that way we can repair more quickly.
Maen nhw'n mynd I aros.
Maen nhw'n mynd I aros. Nhw, that's they, right?
Nhwn.
They.
Oh, just I'll
Aros.
Yes.
Di ni eisiau mefus.
Okay.
Dini
Message. Page.
eisiau mefus. We want strawberries. Alright, su oh, just oh, not a dental T. Oh, shasta piam pis is good. Ngi piam pias, nasi piam pias. The rest looks good.
Oh, I know better than a dental T. That's an example of my brain moving faster than my hands.
The light speed brain getting you again.
Oh, single O.
Dini. By the way, ni in Welsh means we, just like the Esperanto word.
Maen nhw'n mynd.
Maen nhw'n mynd. They are going.
Mae Owen eisiau gwin.
Gwyn. Mae Owen eisiau gwyn.
Here's the soup.
Ngaso sam ni o soup. Very nice. Now, do you remember the nominative forms for agni? It's alright if you don't. Let's
Okay.
move forward with that
Indeed.
paradigm too. Okay, let me dictate, and if you could type them for me, since you've got the Devanagari keyboard going. Agnihi,
Okay.
agniyi, agnayaha. Agnihi, agnihi.
How do you do this, Saturday?
Capital H.
Okay.
Agnihi, agni, agnayaha.
This Saturday again?
Yeah, there is no word final voiced H in Sanskrit.
Okay. Here's
And
your nomination.
Agnihi, agni, good, agnayaha. Okay, that's su. The S just becomes a visarga, no changes there.
Mm-hmm.
Au gets replaced with a lengthened stem final vowel. And then agnayaha. What is the stem there? How would a grammarian separate that into the two parts? Let's switch to Roman here.
Okay.
And segment that into stem.
Just the J is just an it. Okay, I got it here. So this third one is going to be agnya, right? And then
No, the N and the Y aren't touching. No. There are forms where that does happen, but this isn't one of them.
Yeah. The suffix is.
That's it. Good. So that agnai is the same thing logically as agni, right? Those are always interchangeable. It just depends on what the following sound is. So for the just form, we switch to...
Okay, and we get agne with the E because it is guna.
Exactly right. So for just in a noun of this type, with the ending in a high vowel, you get a guna of the stem, but the regular form of the suffix. Now let's learn the three accusative forms. I'll dictate: agnim, agni, agnin.
Agnim.
Agnim. Yep.
Agnim.
Di ni eisiau car newydd. Wedyn.
Agnim. Agni.
Good. And agni.
Like last one?
Yeah, just like the one above. Those two, in practice, they're always going to be the same form, I think. It's just that we get our duh, so we have that nice handy set of 5. Suojasamau. Those have special behavior.
Okay.
Wedin was still
Wedyn.
afterwards then. So agnim, right? Agni, and then no, it's not an M. Agnin. It's a little hard to hear the difference. It's a different
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
You
Remember?
can't have an N at the end.
Do you remember how the?
Right.
Do you remember the? Final N. Do you remember the shus form of deva?
Devan.
Exactly. So this is pretty similar. Long vowel and then an N. Agnin.
Gwyn.
Gwyn is right.
Ydy Megan yn yfed sydd afal?
Ydy Megan yn yfed sydd afal?
Wedyn, dwi eisiau tacluso.
Wedyn dwi eisiau tacluso.
Tacluso.
Then I want to tidy up. Okay, let's take a look. Agnim, agni, agnin. So that form, what was the change? It's not agnium, but agnim. How would we express the... I don't know, what happens in that conjunction?
Treifil.
Treifil.
Okay, so just okay, so you would want agnium, right? But that's
what you
not
would
what we
expect.
see.
Exactly.
You see agnim.
So how would you describe the change? Here's what the inputs are: agni and By exactly as you said. By normal sound changes, you would replace e with a y, but something else has happened here. By the way, this accusative singular form agnim is the very first word in Rig Veda 1:1.
Okay. Agnim. The fire, is that the meaning of this?
The fire god, yeah. Fire or fire god, yeah.
Okay. Oh, like our word ignite.
That's right. Ignis ignem in Latin.
Okay.
So reconstructed as ignis.
So basically, we're deleting this A.
Exactly. You delete the first vowel after a vowel final stem.
Okay.
That happens also in devam. It's not a long devam, but devam. One of the vowels got deleted there.
Okay. Have we learned the sutra about that yet?
No, afraid not.
Okay.
Once we've learned 40 sutras, that will be 1% of the work. Because there's about 4,000. There's just shy of 4,000 sutras.
Okay.
Men who ACI. Now T is te amevis. We want to go home. Din ni ACI. Din. Den ni ACI. Munt adre. Cool. Okay, so we got the soup set. And what do you recall of the active endings? Starting with tip.
Tip, yeah, the whole singular column, I think, like that with if on the end.
They do. They all have. They rhyme.
Of course, what's confusing for me more so than the upside down is the horizontal. Tip.
The first set.
So it should start with T.
Yep.
If the. Oh, and then there's that one with the J.
The weird one. That's right. So I'm gonna play a little bit. I'll play the noun ending.
Suaujas outshas tabhyambis.
Are you able to hear this one through your... I guess not.
No,
I mean, on stream,
not.
I think on stream it should be audible, but...
Ngebihambias, nasibihambias, ngasosam, ngeosup. Suaujas outshas tabhyambis, ngebihambias, nasibihambias, ngasosam, ngeosup. Tiptas jis.
We'll go slowly, yeah. Just, if you can remember the third ones. Prathama Purushaha. First person. Literally first, but we call it third. I will, when I'm using the English words, I'll stick to our traditional order, but I will also occasionally say Prathama Purusha.
Okay, I was hearing it on stream, but then I just got really confused.
Yeah.
Hearing both your instructions and a time delay. And so
seems suboptimal to do it that way, yeah. Suboptimal, and also that has the sup as in subanta. What is a subanta?
The ending of these.
Kind of?
These are the endings. So it's like a suffix.
No.
One of these noun suffixes. No?
It is not that. The sup refers to this set. Sup embraces the whole thing. Right, the whole set of 21.
All of these?
Yeah, sup, because it starts with su, ends with sup, and so sup, it's like the Shiva Sutras, right? The Maheshwara Sutras here. Starting from the first element and ending with that final indicatory embraces the whole thing. But we don't, when we say subanta, it doesn't mean this set of endings. This is a bahuvrihi compound. So how could we express the meaning of subanta in English? Note that it's not supanta with a voiceless, but subanta also.
Oh, it is things that end with a sup.
Exactly right.
It is noun, we would say.
Well, we should be, yeah, that's basically it. But of course, it's due to the high level of specificity in the grammar. What it means is something ending with a nominal marker, so it's an inflected noun form. If I say deva or agni, that's not a subanta yet. That's the noun stem. Once we add a sup, then it's a pada. It's an inflected word, and those have very different statuses. Make sense?
We also have things like our little words that reference either soup or ting or phonological things that are also not nouns, but they still take morphology. So they would still fall into the class of subanta.
Once they get the final marker, yeah. Likewise, tinganta means an inflected finite verb form. So subanta is an inflected noun, tinganta is a finite verb. So let's get those third person, as we call them. What's the triplet there? Starting with tip.
Yes. What is called in Sanskrit, I believe, first person.
Prathama Purusha. That's it. Tiptas ji. Second person, think of Latin S or Venis. Sip.
It's nice that
you got it. Yeah.
Second person, it's the same. It's
no,
they call it because it's an odd number.
Well, they call it Madhyama Purusha, the middle person. Not Dvitiya Purusha, but
which is the middle when we do. But when we do first, second, third, it's still the middle.
True. Siptastha.
Only 1 and 3.
And then, do you recall or you can just read them off the YouTube screen there, off that video. What are the what's it called? Yeah, Uttama Purusha endings.
Wait, is that a probably?
Yes. Mip was must. That's it.
Siptastha mip was.
The middle one, from an Irish perspective, is lonited.
Siptastha. What do you mean?
in this final person.
Oh, I see.
Was.
The dual number?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That's a good way to link them, yeah.
Suaujasamau chastabhyam bisngebhyam yasnga sibhyam yasnga sosamgya sup.
Alright, here.
Tiptas jhisiptas tha mipvasmas.
And let's just go slowly through them and focus on memorizing next time. The Atmani Padam for middle passive endings. Atman, you might remember. This is where we get Hindi Ap, and we have borrowed Atman to the soul or self. So Atmani Padam means word for self. Parasmai Padam means word for another. Active.
Like also, Gandhi's first name was Mohandas, but his title was Mahatma.
Mahatma. Yeah, that's right. It's this word Atman. So the first triplet, the Atamja, with the same cover term, JH for the Atamja. T is shared by the singular ones. The Atamja.
How do you say this?
When you say this, what do you mean?
Second person plural. Middle person plural.
Gotcha. For the medial passive?
Yes. Atman.
Atmani Padam.
Padam.
Yeah. Let's look at these words too. Parasmai. This is a dative form, a pronominal dative, and padam for a word. Parasmai padam. Atmane padam. Word for self.
Oh, is this word padam for, you said it means word?
Yeah.
Is it related to the like the things that it's broken into?
I believe so. I believe they're uplout variants. Pada, the quarter of a chapter.
Yeah.
I think they are related, yeah. Okay, your question was, what is the middle voice second plural suffix, right? Dhwam.
That's right.
Yeah. So
that is DH,
good.
right? Because it's not connected. And then it is stuck to W, or as we write it, V.
Exactly. Ta, sa, tam, twum. So those dual ones are really close to each other. Tam. They just differ in aspiration, as they do in the active endings too. Dhwam. Whenever you see DHV, it's always second plural, middle voice, medial passive. So there's Madhyama Purusha, and then it's irt, vahi, mahing. And that final ing lets us say ting for the whole set of verb endings. The atam jha, ta sa tam dhwam, irt vahi mahing.
Va, Mihin, wait.
Irt vahi mahing.
Mahi. How are we? Okay, so I see.
I put them in the chat
Ma
there.
Yeah, let me see it in Roman scripture.
Yeah, just in the, what's it called? Twitch chat.
Yet vahi mahing.
Irt vahi mahing.
Okay.
The atam jha, ta sa tam dhwam, irt vahi mahing.
Yet vahi mahing.
The T and the eng there are indicatory.
What is the T? Yeah, the first T, this uppercase, and the. In fact, what of this set is an it marker?
The j is a sort of like an it, although not quite. It's just something that is replaced always.
Okay, so we'll never see a jh in our root.
Nope. You might see it in a root, but not in a verb ending.
Or in in our finished
any
verb.
affix. I believe this is the only j I can think of. J in the suffixes in the grammar.
Okay, if I find a thing on that though, I will not see j on the end of it.
That's right. No, you won't see it. What it stands for is it means it's going to be replaced by either ut or nt, one of that set.
Okay.
Oh, I should say ut or unt rather. These two. Which means in the middle endings, the j, it'll be anta most of the time. Active unti, as in sunti they are, versus mediopassive anta. Happens to sound like that word end, but that's a coincidence. So, having listened to those, let us now go to the recitation.
Okay. So this is it though. This is all of the morphology, right?
Well, it's the
That we
basic
need to
set.
memorize, and then
Certainly,
describe it.
Yeah, this is our starting point, yeah. The 21 case markers, which leaves aside the vocative case, which is derived from pratama vibhakti, the noun. Then it's 9 plus 9, 18. So 21 plus 18 is all we need to start learning nouns and verbs.
All right.
I agree. Oh, he's got the little introductory stuff. Let's hear starting from the Maheshwarani Sutrani.
Karam Patanjalim Palinim Sutrakaram Cha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Om Ayuna Rudraka Om Ayauj Hayavarta Lana Nyamagadalam Jabhaya Ghadadha Jabagadash Kapha Chatata Chatatavu Kapaya Shashasara Hala.
And let's take a moment to review Sutra 13. Sha, palatal first. Sha, retroflex. Sa, dental. And indicatory ra. Ra. Sha, sha, sar. So,
Sha, sa, sar.
Which is the normal alphabetical order for the fricatives. Unchanged there. Nyamangarnanam. Jabhanya gardadash. Jabagardadash. That's where the voiced segments end. All the up to here, up to Sutra 10, it's all voiced phonemes. Then we get 3 sutras for the voiceless ones. Ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, ja, da, da, va. Voiceless stops.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I figured it out.
Okay. Shashasar halla.
Iti maheshwarani sutrani अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः पादः वृद्धिरादैच अदेङ्गुणः इको गुणवृद्धि न धातुलोपार्धधातुके इति च दीधिवेवीटा हलोऽनन्तराः संयोगः मुखनासिकावचनोऽनुनासिकः.
I think it's good that you're reciting along, but there's a bit of a delay. Could you maybe, maybe just mute for this part? But I do encourage you to recite along with it. Get that muscle memory and acoustic memory going.
Tulyasya prayatnam savarnam najhalau iduded vivachanam pragrihyam.
Is there also a delay when you listen to me? Oh, could you unmute?
Yes, not from the
Stream?
Discord's one, but if I were listening from Twitch, then yes, there would be a delay.
There is a delay? Or are you able
If I
Okay. If you're doing it on Discord.
right now, I can hear you and interact with you correctly in audio form, not with the visual, but with the audio. There should be no delay.
Okay, let's continue. Let's just hear it up to as far as we've studied, and maybe we'll talk about a sutra or two after that. Here we go. So please do recite along, but just inaudibly.
अदसोमात् शे निपात एकाजनान् ओत् सम्बुद्धौ शाकल्यस्येतावनार्षे ऊयः ऊं ईदूतौ च सप्तम्यर्थे दाधाघ्वदा आद्यन्तपदेकस्मिन् तरप्तमपौघः बहुगणवतुडति संख्या स्नान्ता षट् डति च तत्तवतो निष्ठा सर्वादीनि सर्वनामानि विभाषादिक् समासे बहुव्रीहौ.
And that's the new one. So, please rejoin audio-wically. Let's back up a bit and talk.
Okay.
Let's review the technical terms that we encounter. Vruddhi and guna we're familiar with by now.
Yep.
Dhatu. What is a dhatu there in 114? Dhatu lopa we have. Dhatu. It's compound. An important term, though, for us all throughout the grammar is dhatu. It's okay if you don't remember. I will happily tell you.
Okay.
A verb root, and literal meaning is ingredient. This is that root daha, which is cognate with fakere, and the Greek te.
Oh, because all of the voiced aspirate became F in Latin.
Except for ga, that gave a h. Anything with a dental component, labial or dental, became an F in Latin, yeah. Anything labial or dental became a labiodental. And only initially it did. In the middle of a word, they have different reflexes. So dhatu is an important term. Lopa means deletion, disappearance. In grammar, a deletion of a thing, which happens a lot. And ardha dhatuka is his name for a class of affixes. Ardha means half. Not listen, but just reread. Didhi vevirtam, that lists some roots. Halo nantaras sanyogaha. Sanyoga is an important one. I think you'll remember that one. What is a sanyoga?
Yes, the stuck together ones are sanyogaha. That's what it means.
Stuck together meaning uninterrupted consonants. Consonants with no vowels intervening are called cluster. Sanyogaha. Mukha. We have this 118 sutra. Mukha nasika vachano nunasikaha. What is mukha?
The mouth.
And nasika.
And the nose.
Good. Nice Indo-European one. And savarna. Oh, that's coming up. Anunasika, following the nose or nasal. Tulya means equal, same. Same, equal. Tulya, asya, oral. Prayatnam, effort. Savarna is a nice real word of Sanskrit. Do you remember it? Broken down into sa, varna, which means color.
Okay. Even though it's not related to varnish, that's just a good mnemonic.
Good mnemonic. It is a good mnemonic. This is a bahuvrihi compound, savarna.
Yes, having the same color one,
That's right.
we would say homoorganic.
Good. Najhalo means that rule does not pertain between ach vowels and hal consonants. Idude dvivachanam. This is an important term. Dvivachana. Dvi. Vachana, and it's a neuter noun, so final M. Dvivachana. What is that?
Well, dvi is 2.
Good. Vachanam is from the root vach, meaning speak, and this is, in grammar, it means grammatical number. So dvivachanam is the dual number.
Okay.
We also have ekavachanam and bahuvachanam, singular and plural.
Do we have this vachana cognate of this in anywhere else?
Great question. Yes, epic, believe it or not. Epic poetry is related to this. The Indo-European form of it is wekwa. Also Latin vox, vocis. So vowel and vocal and all of those are cousins of this word.
Okay, so when we get epic, what happens is the qua, the labialized K, is rendered as a P and the W drops.
That's right. W fell out most of the time in Greek, although there are traces of it in Homer. Good.
Nam na jhalau.
Pragrhyam adasoma chi nipata is a particle. Eka janang nipata. Where are we? Oh, sambuddhau is a locative. Sambuddhi. Do you remember this? Spoke about it a little bit last week. Texted, rather.
Let's see. So some is, of course, same.
Yep, same as same.
And buddhi, it's something to do with being enlightened. I forget which
awakening
aspect it's in.
Right. This is address or vocative. In an address, right? A speaking to someone. We might say, yeah. Saptamyarte is a good compound. Saptami, it also shows us a nice sandhi change. Artha is the meaning. And what is saptami?
For me, the 7th.
Meaning the locative case. This is itself in the locative case with that A ending. Saptamyarte means in the meaning.
And it's the last case.
It is.
Because locative doesn't count.
Right. It means in the meaning of a locative. Saptamyarte. Tadha kwadap, these are artificial terms. Adyantavad ekasmin. Adi antavad. Vad is like an adverbial ending. And what do you remember? What do you recognize there?
Anta is the end.
Good. How about adi?
Adi. What's the number of this sutra? Let me find it on the screen.
Adyantavade kasmin 21. 1121.
Okay.
It's the one that looks like a g there. dy sanyoga ligature. Adyantavade kasmin.
I'm seeing. Could it have could it have at as the root? Like by itself, at.
I didn't hear what you were comparing to. Like what?
At, like by itself, at.
Oh, conceivably, well, not.
If it's not that, you can just tell me.
It's not. It is not that. I suppose it conceivably could if you had something yanta, if that were a thing. But if you look in the Twitch chat, I have segmented it. The y there, adi, that's the stem.
Adi.
The e final has been replaced with a y because of vowel follows. Adyanta.
I don't know what adi is.
Adi means beginning. Anta is end.
Beginning. From beginning and
like. Vad is like. It is like. This the meaning of this sutra is if we're talking about a single phoneme, like in a grammatical rule, we can refer to it as both.
This is a cool one.
Yeah, it is, right? A single phoneme can be referred to both as beginning and as final segment.
So this is Adyanta Vad
Ekasmin.
Vad Kusmin. And
Ekas.
Kusmin means we can refer to it as
No, Kusmin is not a thing. The word is Ekasmin.
a Kusmin.
This is a locative based on the numeral Eka, 1. In the case of 1. Meaning if it's a single thing. He uses the locative case with a few different senses, this being one. In the case where we're dealing with a single sound, a single phoneme, rules referring to beginning and end sounds will apply as well. It is a really cool sutra. Cool rule. Now, in a couple sutras down, Bahu Garna Vaturdati Sankhya 23, it has this nice word Sankhya, which is good to know. It means numeral, number. Shnantar Shat means a numeral ending in sh or na is called in the grammar shat, 6-like. Ktaktavatu Nishtha.
Bahu
Garna, not Gurna, but Garna.
Many Garna.
It does look like that, but this is a Dvandva compound, which is a list. The items, Bahu and Garna and Vatu and Dati, those 4, Bahu, Garna, Vatu, Dati, Sankhya are numerals, are called Sankhya numeral. Alright, let's at least identify the words in today's sutra, which will be 1128. Oh, can you transliterate, please? Let me type it for us. We have some important words. I've got it up on my text generator, and I put it in the chat too. Vibhasha diksama se bahuvrihau.
How do you write it? This is the retroflex F. How do you do that? Uppercase?
I like uppercase. I think you've been using S apostrophe too.
No.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
That seems like, yeah, for
It does
the
seem
crossed out P one, that's retroflex.
It is.
That seems more like the S with the AQ, which I think is for palatal.
Yeah.
So let's do uppercase.
Okay. Yeah.
P, and that looks like a W, but it is actually a K because it is attached. So, sa, ma, se, ba, u, pri, o. Should be o because it's a voice stage.
It's not O though. Look closely at the antennae.
Oh, is it? Let's see. Is it not? Yes, I will have to make some module. It's not O?
In Hindi it would be aw.
A long O. A-U. I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Vibhasha, correct? Diksamasi, correct? Not pri.
Oh. Oh. Hang on. Vri.
That's it.
It looks like, compare the vra to the pra. They look alike.
Actually, the bra is even closer. Let's put it down here. Here's the syllable bri. that just has a cross line. Pri, I'll put below. This is the root to love. It's related to our Friday. It's common in Indian names like Pritam, Prita. So, do you see them up here in my text generator? Bri and Pri.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The
V and B,
yeah,
the bubble on the stem.
the main thing that is alike is the way, kind of on the bottom there, how the R sort of interacts with it. That was the thing. That's
Yes.
what.
Alright, vibhasha is a word meaning optionally, and it's all over the grammar.
Vibhasha.
The root is
Do we
bha.
have any cognative?
Not that I know. Well, actually, not directly in English, not inherited, but Bahasa Indonesia, or however it's pronounced, the Indonesian language. This root that I've input, Baharsh, is, I think, peculiar to Indic, but it means speak. It has many derivatives, including Bahasha for language. Have you ever heard that term? Bahasa?
Mm-hmm.
It's language. And with the
Okay.
the V prefix means optional. It means going apart, diverging. So language is diverging means optional.
Okay. Do we have the V anywhere?
Yes. We have, let's see, diverge, actually. I think V is a doublet of the combining form dvi, which in Greek gives D because the digamma, the W, dropped out. In Latin, it became B. So anything with bicycle, all of those.
Oh, so it's two.
Means two, yeah. Diverging, like going into two, yes.
Okay.
It's sort of split off from it. It's a doublet of it. They also have dvi, like in dvivachanam. V has a grammaticalized meaning of divergence.
Vibhasha. Diksama. What does diksama say?
Right. Samasa means thrown together piece by piece, and in grammar it's his word for a compound. Two words thrown together.
The asa is a verb root meaning to throw.
Us, yeah. This is the verdhi form of it. Root us.
So in the nominative, I could say asaha.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's either throwing or it is sitting, actually. Could be that too. Let me look this up. Samasa. Let me not tell you things that are false. Let me fix whatever errors I have in my own brain. Wiktionary should have a good idea of what this is. Samasa. Throwing, putting together. Aggregation, conjunction, combination, connection, union. Yes, the throw root. Grammar, composition, compound word, of which there are 6 kinds. Dvandava, bahuvrihi, karma dhaharaya, tatpurusha, dvigu, and avyayi bhava. Sandhi. It also refers to euphonic combination, or sandhi, has senses in astronomy too. Composition of differences, reconciliation. Asa. Sanskrit. There's a couple words that sound alike. Us. Yeah, throwing together here. Dik there is a noun meaning place. And this is a noun, what we call a root noun. It's derived from its verb root dish by adding nothing. There is no suffix, but the sh cannot stand at the end of a word, so it gets replaced by a k. The genitive of this one, of the place, would be dishaha, I believe.
Oh, as in desi.
Right. Desha for country is also from this root, but it's a gurna derivative and it has a suffix on it. Desha, so they're doublets or just related words. Country, as in desi. That's right. Bangladesh, it's there too. So
Okay.
adik samasa is a place name compound.
Okay. So when two are thrown together, a place name compound.
We're talking about.
This is defining what a bahuvrihi is.
No, I'm afraid it's not.
No, two bahuvrihi.
Looks
I
like
don't
the
know
dual, but no. And remember, this stem ends in an e, like we were learning for agni. The dual, nominative and accusative, will end in a long e. So this is a different case. This is locative singular. It looks nothing like ni, but that's what it reflects. So the locative singular of agni will be agnau, in a fire.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And this is locative is what, the last one? So that
Saptami
is
vibhakti, ni. Yeah, so bahu vrihi is the stem, and the suffix we're adding, the basic one, is ni. We might expect it to give a long e, but we get a replacement. We lose the stem final e, and we just get an au ending. Bahu vriha. So what this is telling us that it's still referring to the sarvanama, the pronoun words. Meaning of the sutra is the sarva class are optionally pronouns in a bahuvrihi compass point compound. Yeah, dik for one of the right. It's for one of 4 compass point words. When Uttarapurva means northeastern, I'm reading from onpanini.com. When it means northeastern, it is considered to be a bahuvrihi, even though there is no idea of possession involved. So bahuvrihi in the wider sense just means not any other class of compound. Every compound is a bahuvrihi unless there is a rule that says it is something else. So it has both a narrow sense of a possessive one and a wider sense. So if we take the option in this sutra, Uttarapurva gets pronoun endings. We will say the CI ending, locative, to what dative, to what lies to the northeast. Instead of just saying purve, what would it be? Sorry, this is feminine. He'll show it here, yeah. Special ending. We'll see several special endings here in this discussion. We can have, for dative singular, 2 different forms as a consequence of this sutra. If it's in the meaning of a compass point compound, Uttarapurvasyai, what lies to the northeast, or we can also use the normal endings and get the form Uttarapurvayai. So we see these feminine ones with the final vruti vowel I. Now, interlocutor asks, why do we say when the compound is a bahuvrihi? Answer, when the compound is a dvandva, conjunctive one, this rule does not apply, and then the rule of dvandvicha forbids the pronoun endings. And he gives more details. So, an optional rule, which has consequences with later rules. Let's do a bit of Duolingo. I think we're just, well, how are we on time? 2:09 right now. Maybe one more thing. What language shall we do?
What haven't we done in a while? Have we done... I was just thinking of something yesterday that we hadn't done in a while. Did we do...
Scrolling through slowly on the screen. Should be showing up any second for you.
Yeah. We haven't done Polish in a while.
Okay, we shall do it. Yeah, that's quite true. Very far down. Let's review the basics. Get that goal.
Ja jestem mężczyzną.
Ja jestem. Męż, nasal vowel. Ż is spelled oof. Mej gets Z dot. Ch, CZ. Z. Now, nasal vowel. Ja jestem mężczyzną.
Ja jestem
Oh, you're
mężczyzną.
writing mężczyzną. Yeah.
I am a man.
Dziewczynka i chłopiec.
Wait, it ends on a nasal.
It does, yes. The Polish, the rule seems to be that the complement of the copula takes the accusative form. So it's like we say in English, I am
the
him.
accusative nasal.
It's
Okay, so nasality is the accusative.
Sometimes it's a segmental M too.
Oh,
I don't know the rules. We'll see sometimes a nasalized vowel, sometimes an actual M ending.
the of or chest.
Or chest, that's the one, yeah. What does this mean that's on screen now?
Dziewczynka i chłopiec.
Chłopiec.
Well, let's see. We have a lot that's like the mężczyzna, right? We have the chizna, and then we have a diminutive ka on there. So probably like, I don't know, the woman or something?
Close. I think it's girl and boy. Chłopiec. Dziewczyn.
Chłopiec.
Chłopiec.
What is this chłopiec
Boy.
word? But what is it like to?
Oh, I see. Good question. Reminds me of Cheloviek, which means man, I think, in Russian. It's a little bit like that. Chłopiec. No, I don't know about cognates. That's a good question. Let's find some.
Well, this crossed out L is a W, but sometimes it's silent as well.
In yapko, in the apple word. Yeah, if it's between two consonants, it's hard to hear it. We have shown here on Wiktionary a Czech and a Serbo-Croatian and a Slavic and Russian cognates. Chlopec in Russian. But beyond that, so chłop is given as an entry. Proto-Slavic cholpu. But then nothing beyond that. So a Slavic word, don't know about anything beyond that.
Ja jestem kobietą.
Kobietą. That's the lady, woman word. Ja jestem kobietą. It's a nasal diphthong.
Dziewczynka je.
But written with a single letter. Dziewczynka je. A girl eats. Yeah.
Pije wodę i mleko.
Pije. Okay, I'm gonna word bank it. Can't.
Pije wodę
And
i
we see it.
mleko.
I think it's odd in Sanskrit, right?
Yes, good.
Pije wodę i mleko.
I mleko. Alright, so
Mleko is milk.
milk, and I believe it's a neuter noun, which is why we don't see any ending. But in vod, well, does that make sense? Vodem would then also have to have non-neuter gender. I don't think that's right. But let's see. Vodem, voda. What's the gender? Vode. Accusative. Okay, it's feminine. Yeah, the water word is feminine. That's why the accusative case will differ. Voda. So this has shifted.
Okay. I just had a question about this milk word.
Uh-huh.
I noticed it has the same consonants as our English milk, but in Latin it's just lactem, so I'm guessing it's just missing the M, or what's going on there?
Okay, do you see my Wiktionary window?
Yes. Let us see.
The Proto-Slavic form, melko. I think the people have said that the Latin word goes back to glak. So that's shared with Greek gala, galaktos. Dlakt, rather, would be the stem. I think it's a different root from this, so there may be some conflation. But let's look at the Proto-Slavic one, melko. Usually explained as a borrowing from a Germanic language due to the voiceless kentum reflex of the Proto-Indo-European palatal velar gya. Compare the Proto-Germanic root noun melux, itself from Indo-European chmelg. However, the early Proto-Slavic form melka formally presents difficulties because Slavic shows no trace of the u in the Germanic second syllable. This would require an intermediary language that would drop the medial u from Proto-Germanic and thematicize the stem. So a lot of uncertainty about this. It lists some theories. A different Kiparsky linguist, Olga Trubachev. The same Proto-Indo-European root regularly gave Proto-Slavic milsti, to milk, with a stem final sibilant. From the same Indo-European root are also Latin mulgeo, like emulsion is cognate. Ancient Greek amelgo, Lithuanian melshti, Welsh blith, and Tocharian malke.
Oh, is this Greek one like amalgamate?
I don't believe so, but let's see.
Okay.
Crazier things have happened. It could be from a zero grade, amalgam. Amalgama, Latin, mercury alloy, from Arabic al-malgham. Mammalian poultice or unguent from sores. Okay, wait, but it goes on. It's from ancient. That Arabic word is from ancient Greek malangma. Malleable material from malasso, from malakos, meaning soft. Wow. Amalgam, ultimately from Greek, through quite a winding path. Greek to Arabic to Latin. There you go. A woman and a man. Kobieta. Kobieta. I mężczyzna. Right? That's the one. Man. Ż gets a dot. Ch, CZ, YZNA. Kobieta i mężczyzna.
Jestem kobietą.
Jestem kobietą.
Oh,
Hi.
that explains something you were curious about.
What's that?
In Esperanto, you said, that's weird. It doesn't get the accusative in thing when it's the object of a preposition. And that's because that's not in the accusative. So you've got nye, si, and so on. Those are not nasalized.
Are you talking about Paanini's endings? Ngasi, ngas?
Yeah.
Okay, could be a different case that happens to be homophonous with the nominative.
No, I'm saying only the accusative has the nasality,
Right.
and so that's why that pattern is reflected in Esperanto by having only accusatives but not objects or prepositions marked with that in.
So what case is it if it's the object of a preposition? By the way, I think we did see, it seems like we did see some objects of prepositions that did have the accusative marking. But I can't recall.
Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong. That was just my guess. I remember you thinking they should all have that.
It does seem counterintuitive to me that they're not marked as objects. But yeah, it could be, logically, could be some third case. Alright, we're doing I am eating an apple and bread in Polish. Ja jem jabłko I chleb. And I think chleb must be neuter. Jabłko might also be neuter. Jem jabłko I chleb.
Dziewczynka.
Dziewczynka. Dziewczynka. Now, I wonder if the N letter will be sounded as an eng.
Dziewczynka.
It doesn't sound like it. Are you able to hear it?
Dziewczynka.
I'm not.
I see. In Russian, I know that happens. You'd expect eng before a K, but you don't get that assimilation. It's kind of cool.
Kobieta i mężczyzna.
Kobieta. Kobieta I mężczyzna. Woman and man.
Jem jabłko i chleb.
Jem jabłko I chleb. Chleb. A woman eats the apple. Can you guide us through this one? A woman eats the apple. It's just going to be 3 words.
Woman eats apple. Kobietą
That not that form, not the object.
Yeah. Will be a ta,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, and what suffix? Should be
Zero suffix.
T. So, nothing. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, the apple. Yapko.
Yeah, cool. I think that is correct. Yes. And
So, 0 mark means definite.
no, there's just no article.
Okay.
Neither for definite nor indefinite. There's probably a numeral 1 that you can use, but we haven't seen it here in this stage. Chłopiec is a boy. A boy is eating. A nice short one. Boy eats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now here for this chłopiec, when we see the accusative, it loses that ye diphthong and it's chłopcem with em. So there you have consonant m rather than vowel nasalization.
Chłopiec je jabłko.
Chłopiec je jabłko. It's that one again. Je jabłko. The man. Okay, a longer one. The man drinks milk and water. Yum yum.
Mężczyzna je mleko I wodę.
Good. Mężczyzna. Yeah. Oh. Drinks. What would you say for drinks?
Drinks. Hang on. Pije.
Yeah, pije. Mleko I.
Oh, wait.
Uh-huh.
I wodę.
I wodę. Yeah. That's right.
This word pije, I notice, does it have the eat word, yeah, in it?
I don't think so. But let's find.
Okay. I also recognize Hindi pina.
Pina. Pani pitae. Yeah, that's right. Polish. Verb pije. Pitch. Ah, this is the infinitive. Look at that. Do you know how Russian infinitives end? Oh my god, there it goes.
No, I don't.
It's a T with a soft sign, a palatalized T. Tch. Going back to...
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah. Pitch. Pitch, and Proto-Slavic piti, to drink. And this goes back to pech, that root. The Old Prussian. Sanskrit pati, pipayayati, gives to drink. Posis, act of drinking. Pino. Latin potus, drunk. Sanskrit pibati. Latin bibbo, from pibbo. And Old Irish ibim, I drink. How beautiful. Oh, pivo. You know that word for beer? Like in Czech? That's related to the piwom. Wow. The beverage, just like whiskey.
Oh, Irish has ibim. That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's also a form of it. To drink, you say ag ol.
Yeah. Olam.
So that's interesting.
Different root for drinking.
Ja piję mleko.
Yeah. PM. Here we have the nasal one because it's first person. Piję mleko. I am drinking. Ja piję. I am a boy. Okay, here it gets interesting. What's that? I am a boy.
Should be ja jestem chłopiec.
You'd expect that, but in Polish we get an accusative instead.
Huh.
As the complement of the copula. Very unusually.
You said chłopiec.
No, we lose the diphthong. Chłopcem.
Chłopcem.
Jestem chłopcem.
We lose all vowel there.
Yeah, the whole diphthong is just dropped. Syncopated out. He is a boy. Can you do this one?
He
I think it's the same as Russian. It's on.
On. See. And the root here can be yes.
Good.
On yes. Chłopcem.
Chłopcem. P-C-E-M, yeah.
So this is also doing the accusative, wow.
Yep, anytime it's the complement of the copula.
That's really unusual. Do any other Indo-European ones do that?
English does. I am him. You don't see it in the pronoun, but yeah, it's very odd. So really, accusative is just for the post-verbal form of a noun, I guess. Ah, nice and golden. Maybe let's do one more of Polish, since we're here so rarely. Demonstratives.
Ten pomidor jest smaczny.
Pomidor. Ten pomidor jest smaczny.
Ten.
This
Pomidor.
tomato pomidor.
Well, that sounds like a fun sentence. I'm excited to see what it means.
Yes.
Ten pomidor. Yes. Smaczny.
Smaczny.
Oh,
Smaczny.
pomidor, like Italian pomodoro.
Pomodoro, that's right. Apple of gold.
Oh, yeah.
Ta kaczka je chleb.
I think that smaczny is related to our word smack, meaning taste of something.
Oh, and German schmeckt.
Schmecken, Geschmack, that's right.
Yeah.
Ta kaczka je chleb. Kaczka. Ta kaczka.
Ta.
This or that, just a pointing word. So there is something like an article, which looks very much like Greek and Sanskrit. Ta. Kaczka has a diminutive. Je chleb. This duck, oh, it's not a cat. It looks like a cat, but it's a duck. This duck is eating bread.
Ten chłopiec lubi mleko.
If it looks like a cat and quacks like a duck, how does that go?
Ten. Ten chłopiec lubi mleko.
Lubi.
Lubi mleko.
Mleko. So I think it would be lubić. Chłopiec.
To jest kot.
To jest kot. There we go.
That boy loves milk. Ten chłopiec lubi mleko.
Yep. Kot. I wonder if this kot comes from Yiddish. Probably not. Oh, not Proto-Slavic. Polish.
Perhaps the opposite. We already saw Yiddish got the Polish word for or.
Tse, that's right. Oh, but it's kots in Yiddish. Kets, plural. Now, okay. Now it says for the Proto-Slavic kotu, probably from Latin cactus or Proto-Germanic cactus. Huh. Which may go back to Egyptian.
No, the Egyptian word for cat was mu.
Oh, yeah. Arabic qit. Qattu, meaning ever, never. Not that one. The cat one. Wait. Here we go. Qattu, classical Syriac. Qattu, long, geminate, pharyngalized one. What a cool script for Syriac.
To dziecko.
To dziecko. This... Oh, this is child.
Dziecko.
I bet you dziecko is a cognitive child from the
Looks
old...
a lot like the Aramaic script.
Mm-hmm. Does indeed. Dziecko, if that comes from the giench root, let's look this up. Dziecko. Oh no. Dziecko. Dziecię. Oh, it's the suckling root. Dzieci. To suckle. Yeah. We've looked at that before.
Ten pies je mięso.
Ten pies je mięso. Pies. Ten pies.
Pies.
Dog. Wow. This dog is eating mięso. Meat. Mansa in Sanskrit for flesh.
To jest kaczka.
To jest kaczka. That's a quick one. No, we're not there.
Ten mężczyzna, ta kobieta, to dziecko.
Oh, here we go. We get gender marking in the didactic. Ten mężczyzna. This man. Ta kobieta. This woman. To dziecko. This child. Ten.
Well, these kind of remind me of the article in Greek.
Yep. Me too. Let's take a look. Ten in Polish. Oops. Pipil. Okay, yeah, Proto-Slavic tu from so. Very same root. Tas in Proto-Balto-Slavic, so, and here's the series. Sanskrit had sa, sa, tad. Old English had se, su, that, or that. And Indo-European so, seh, tod.
Ta mysz lubi ser.
Ta mysz, this mouse. Lubi ser, likes.
Ser.
Ser is cheese.
Ten mężczyzna je obiad.
Obiad. Ten mężczyzna je obiad. Lunch.
Obiad.
Old English preserved a ton of morphology all the way up, and then in the past 100 years, or 1,000 years, we were like, nope,
Not anymore.
no more morphology.
We were.
We got rid of almost all of it.
The few speakers who still distinguish voiced and voiceless hua, hua. That's an old Indo-European distinction of wa versus qua on its way out. I think maybe Old Norse still has a hva. Or sorry, not Old Norse. That's not still spoken. I mean, Icelandic may still preserve a hva, which is pronounced kva. They still have a difference. Ten mężczyzna je obiad. This man is eating lunch.
Ta dziewczynka.
Ta dziewczynka. This girl.
Ten kot lubi dzieci.
That's a cool word.
It is. Yeah, I think it might have a preposition in it. Obi or something. Let's look it up. Obiad. Oh, it's kind of reminiscent of bia, isn't it? The food one.
Yeah, it has the Irish word for food in the middle of it.
Yep, that's handy. It's from yesti, to eat. Yesti, yasti. Stay. Oh, look at this nice Balto-Slavic reconstruction. Long vowel glottal. Stop. Stay. There's some interesting tonic stuff happening in Balto-Slavic. Sanskrit atti, Indo-European itti, to eat. So much cool stuff to learn up on here. Ten kot lubi dzieci. Dzieci. This cat likes
Dzieci.
children. That's what that is.
Ta kobieta pije mleko.
Ta kobieta pije mleko. This woman is drinking mleko.
To jest pies.
To jest pies.
Oh. Okay, I had a question, but then I figured
Yes.
it out.
What was it?
I'll go ahead and ask it so that the listeners, if they're curious. So the cat likes children. I said, hey, this is accusative, but it does not have the nasality. But then I remembered, because it is plural.
Might be because it's plural, and also it might be neuter, in which case you wouldn't expect the nasal marker.
Ta kaczka je chleb.
Kaczka je chleb.
Oh, yes, yes. It is a dog.
Oh, not mouse, but duck.
Ta kaczka je chleb.
Kaczka. I thought duck, but clicked the wrong one. Is eating chleb bread. There
Oh,
we
in Irish, the word for duck is lacha.
Lachen, yeah. Lacha. That is correct. Sage
I don't
achievement
know if
level.
that helps you remember kachka.
Lacha. That's not too far off. Might be good. Look at this. We got an
They like
achievement.
rhyme or something.
We've now earned 30,000 XP. Level 10. And that's
Oh,
And we were out of the demotion zone. We've been doing so much Sanskrit and Egyptian that we were slagging off on our ranking here. Good for us. Successful session today, I think. Successful stream. Maybe let's look ahead to the next sutra. Just a teeny bit. Nabahu Vriho is a nice short one.
nabahu vriho.
The locative. The Sarva class are not pronouns. What is IFC? When they're in a Bahuvrihi, this is locative. In fine compositi, in the end of a compound. IFC. Wow, what a learned abbreviation. And let's just look at the Bahuvriho. Tritiya samase. There's that samasa word again. What does samasa mean?
Nasa.
Samasa,
So
the
that
root
should be
throwing.
the same throwing together, so a compound.
A compound, that's right. Tritiya, third case, meaning instrumental. Fun stuff. Okay, so tomorrow I've got evening classes. I don't know, I might need to start a little later, but shouldn't be too bad. We'll be in touch.
Okay.
So, thanks for your help
Sounds
again.
like a win.
Yep. See you next time.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good
Adios.
night.
Adios tout le monde. À la prochaine.